Hugo drives it to the goal line. Here's Campbell. Has some room, a little crease in Paris. Campbell spins out near the 34-yard line. Tankersly made the very run heavy the second half of the season. They get Samuel an instant touch on the pop pass, and the speedster from Brooklyn.
Fuller as well.
Samuel again in the flat, but Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker, was ready for him. He drops back. Joseph comes. They pick him up, and Weber dropped one in the flat. Would have had enough space for the first down. Instead, the Buckeyes go 3 and out. Back to punt for the Buckeyes. Artavis Scott, the veteran receiver, has taken over the punt return role the last few games. He is crowded. Does make the fair catch at about the 15-yard line, and Scott comes in motion. We use this a lot, and Buckeyes string it out. Sam Hubbard, the defensive end, made a nice play.
More number 2, who's at the top in one-on-one coverage, especially against Mike Williams.
In motion, Wayne Gallman out, empty backfield on 2nd and 9. Watson has lots of time and tries to get it to Williams. Intercepted by Gary and Conley along the sidelines. The receiver fell down, and the junior corner.
How Gary and Conley is able to undercut that. He anticipated the route going out.
From the 33, Barrett. His first keeper, the first of many tonight, picks up about 2nd and 8. Play action. Barrett still has it, has some time, flips it complete inside the 25. Short of the marker is Terry McLaurin.
Out fast in this game.
Well, they're playing fast, but Barrett is dropped by Cleveland Farrell for a loss on 3rd and 1. First 2 attempts against Michigan, finally made the 3rd one to force overtime, and this one is no good. From 47 yards, it drifted right, and that's an ominous. Hooker comes running into the backfield, blitzing from his safety position, and grabs Gallman for a loss, Kirk.
Yeah, he timed that up very, very well. Part of their plan is to disguise, and Gallman is stacked up there, and the ball does come out late.
Buckeyes rush for Watson. Takes off and picks his way up the middle for a short gain. He's in there for Ohio State. Watson gets it out. Williams on the slant. Stumbles a bit, but collects it and rumbles down inside the 30. 37 yards there. Might have been more, except he just got ahead of himself and fell down. Now on 2nd and 9, Gallman picks his way and unable to escape Raekwon McMillan, the top tackler on this team.
Again, man-to-man.
From the pocket, Watson for Deion Kane, who kind of broke off the route. Overthrown. Denzel Ward was in coverage. So Tigers turn to try a long field goal. Greg Hugel from 45. And he's able to drive it through. So Clemson draws first blood. It's been a key while they're here. Hugel to boot it away. Again, doesn't reach the end zone, and Campbell's going to have a chance again. And Paris Campbell off and running. Finally forced out in Clemson territory by Van Smith, but a big
back there on the kicker, and he picks up another 25 yards.
And once again,
after the interception, not able to cash in.
Barrett's pass batted in the air and almost intercepted a diving attempt. Big Wilkins, number 42, slides inside now on 2nd down. Barrett dodges the pressure, takes off, lowers the shoulder, and is near the marker. He'll be a yard short. As teams in the country is in 3rd and short, but there's a misfire on the right side of that offensive line.
And the right tackle looked like Isaiah Prince may have jumped.
I'll start. Offense number 54. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Grinded these last 3 weeks to improve.
Marcus Ball, the tight end, comes in motion. Barrett rolls to the right. Still got it. And fires it complete to Samuel along the sidelines, and Samuel slips as he cuts back, but the Buckeyes move the sticks. Buckeyes convert 3rd and 6, and now it's Samuel on the reverse. Chased and dropped way back at the 30. Cleveland Farrell off to a terrific start. Samuel's in the slot. And clock ran out. Did they get a timeout beforehand? Just. Barrett has to escape pressure in the backfield. We drop behind the line again. Cleveland Farrell knocked in the head pretty good on that play. And now in 3rd and 18, has good protection from the pocket. A 3-man rush. And Barrett fires to the end zone. Diving attempt there by McLaurin. Just overthrown, 4th down.
You get to
47, tries from 47 again, overcorrects and hooks this one wide left. So Durbin, who missed his first two against Clemson, takes over, and Gallman runs right into heavy traffic in his body slam back.
The ball is snapped.
That's right, Sam. That's the challenge of playing Ohio State. It all looks the same until the ball is snapped, and then things get interesting. But over the middle, Renfro has a little pocket, and the slot receiver makes the catch. Watson's second completion, 2 for 4 with that interception. Sean again looks right, fires for Williams, and a one-on-one battle. That time won by the all-world wide receiver as he beat Denzel Ward down to the Buckeye. Scott cuts it back, still runs and barrels forward for 5. 2nd and 5. Watson gave a look downfield, now throws to the corner, incomplete. That was Williams, well defended by Gary and Conley. And there's a first down completion. Deion Kane, the man who was Buckeye defense on the back foot now. Tigers have moved it 54 yards so far. Now Watson with the keeper hit hard and not. Gallman on 2nd and 9. Barrel cover corner, and Lattimore trying to get organized on defense. Renfro comes in motion. Buckeyes show pressure. They pick it up, and Watson in the flat to Renfro, who dives for the pylon. He will be spotted just short. Officials. Watson keeps it and scores standing up and says, "Hush, Ohio State band."
Open in the flat.
Side with contact. Defense number 59. That penalty will be enforced half the distance of the goal. Try for point.
Going. There's one way to slow him down. It's kind of squeezing him in that red zone area.
Bugle again doesn't reach the end zone, and it's an opportunity for Paris Campbell, who had a big return moments ago. This time he's squeezed down at the 23. Tom, what do you have? Down 10 now. Barrett hands it off to Samuel, who bounces but is surrounded by a bunch of orange jerseys and dropped from the pocket. A lot of time to throw, and a slant there to Benjamin Victor, the true freshman. Just his Samuel and Weber now flanking Barrett. They hand it off to Curtis, who cuts it back and bangs into Clemson territory. There's 4 touches so far. Yeah. Barrett flips it to Weber, and the running back is going to be dropped for another loss. Marcus State and the force out in the Louisville game, a yard short of the first down. Barrett steps up, dodges pressure, still can't find anybody to throw, and now he's going to be knocked down on the Ohio State end of the field. What will be the final play of a tendencies. Johnston with the backspin, and the fair catch made at the 11-yard line by Scott.
Clemson.
Renfro on the little screen gets it. Marshawn Lattimore back in the game and matched up near side against Kane. Watson's looking to the right. Again, they throw a little short pass with a couple lead blockers. Keeping all the way. Hit hard by McMillan. He came in and slammed at Watson right near the marker. I believe they're going to spot him a little short. This is a rugby style. Boots it away from Curtis Samuel. And lets it bounce, and it gets a terrific Clemson roll. Wow. Talk about flipping field position, rolls all the way down to the
deep into their own territory.
More troubles up front for Ohio State. It's a miss.
Legal snap. Offense number 65. A 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Tigers showing pressure from both inside linebackers on 1st and 15. Gotta hurry. Barrett snaps it at 1. Wanted to throw downfield, instead just flips it short to KJ Hill. 2nd and 8. It's a shovel pass inside to Samuel. Urban Meyer was joking that's his 4-man rush. Barrett incomplete, right off the hands of Curtis Samuel. Costly drop, and the Buckeyes will have to punt. Clemson peels back to set up a return. Johnston gets a good punt away, and Scott has to backpedal to the 26. Just falls down there. It's Q from. This is Gallman in motion, and the running back able to just get the edge, and another. Watson looks briefly out, but that was a designed run and a physical play. He'll
yet here early in the game.
Watson flips it to Scott, who juggled it briefly, but gets a block on the edge from Williams, and another excellent first down. And the handoff around the end to McLeod. You know, Deshaun disappointed by finishing second in the Heisman. He has sharpened up. 8 for 11 for the quarterback. Takes a downfield shot. It was behind Williams, who was covered. Watson in the flat. Gallman. It's a block, spin, still running. Gallman slammed down at the 40, right near the marker. There's very few tackles, but Gallman got away from it that time. And now Watson rolling out on first down. Delivers a low throw, bounces on the way to Renfro. 15 passes and 14 runs. They hand it off to C.J. Fuller, who back. Watson rolls, looking downfield for Renfro. Intercepted. Malik Hooker, the All-American safety, with his 4th of the season and the 2nd pick of Deshaun tonight.
Boy, the range on the year.
Hooker, of course, had that pick 6 right. So there's Weber, his first carry, and the 1,000-yard rusher both score. Thank you. Stepped on by a teammate early on, and that's been a problem. They've had other problems up front. They clock at 2 as Barrett gets it. Pressure in his face. Samuel makes the catch. It's going to be very close. Tankersley was in coverage.
Clemson, the first of the half.
Michigan fans are hollering. Barrett throws a near side, and the catch is made by Noah Brown, and the big physical sophomore gets him. Barrett chased and dropped. Carlos Watkins, the one senior, shot
that fast.
They need 3 now in this 3rd down. Samuel is in the slot to the left. Barrett looks that way. He's covered, deflected, and falls to the turf at midfield. Carlos Watkins again got a big hand up. It's 4th. Nasty. Scott makes a fair catch, retreating back to his 16-yard line, but Clemson's defense continues. They pitch it off to Gallman. And Gallman with another try. Gallman hit immediately and knocked. And it's Gallman in the backfield. And Renfro in motion. Deshaun looks for Renfro. Middle guy makes a catch and a first down across the 35. He was the star
from Renfro.
Gallman nowhere to run. Slipped down. Draymond Jones was there. Renfro. This time Watson fakes the pitch and cuts it back to the left, and Watson with some room. Still sliding free, still running. Deshaun Watson finally will retreat out of bounds all the way at the Ohio State 30.
Patience, and then explodes through that hole.
Renfro, another catch, cuts it back, gets away. A flag comes in as Renfro is knocked down at the 15.
Holding. Offense number 3. A 10-yard penalty. Play. First down.
It goes on Scott.
Is he the quarterback draw or the quick throw?
It's a flip screen. Williams comes back to get it, but a lot of Buckeyes closed in. Jones was fake it to C.J. Watson rolls out. Now lofts it for the end zone. It's Fuller out there. Touchdown! The lethal wheel route, and the Tigers stretch the lead.
Now,
Jalen Holmes.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 11. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Wheel routes are a nightmare. Watson, he's thrown a couple of interceptions in this first half.
He is playing with a lot of maturity and poise.
After the penalty, it's a short kickoff for Hugo, who drives it right through the end zone.
You're in trouble.
That time they pick up the pressure. Samuel makes the catch at the 35. Get up to a very slow start offensively against the Wolverine.
A minute trying to get points on the board could be a big thing for the Buckeyes if they give him time.
Flips it off, bounces it in front of Weber, but again, heavy pressure. The freshman. So Barrett on 3rd down, desperate to move the chains, has to work hard, spins. A flag comes in. He did.
At the top of the screen.
Offense number 80. A 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He's 11 now after the penalty. Option look. Shovel pass. Samuel almost dropped the ball. And that blew up the timing.
Stop that play.
Ben Bulwer, who comes from just down the road. Clemson. Scott with the fair catch. Not highly recruited, but Watson now trying to build this lead. Throws it to Williams, incomplete. They get 4 yards inside of a minute to go. Watson flips it off. Fuller again, and he barrels to the 35. Now let's see if they have some urgency here. They have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
Buckeyes rush only 3. Watson fires way over the head of Williams, who slipped again. Hooker had a chance. At this point, Watson stepping up, flips it to Scott. Scott cuts back. They'll have to spend a timeout now as he's dropped at the 44. One play, and Deshaun's pass is broken up and batted down. That was Jerome Baker charging in there, so now likely with 23 seconds before halftime. He's going to boot it low again. He gets away from Samuel and bounces. That's been a very effective punt a couple of times tonight. And as the clock ticks down to, they will take a knee and be held scoreless in the first half for the first time since 2011. 90 total yards for Ohio State, 275 for Clemson. Tavis Scott, and there's the punt and kickoff returns is deep, and he will just take a knee. Here's the Capital One pivot and ran for 1 touchdown. McLeod in motion takes the handoff, and the jet sweep gains just a yard. A long stint at Penn State before Urban Meyer hired him. And there's a completion, a short gain hit instantly. Kitchen again for Ohio State. They have not sacked Watson yet tonight. Well protected, looking for Renfro, who is well covered, and no flag. Got his feet tangled up with Gary and Conley. 4th half. Isdall kicks it right along the ground. And backpedaling is Salmon. He'll field it at the 25, but nowhere to run. Artavis Scott, the receiver, down. Finished off an opponent when they've been in a commanding position, especially on defense. Barrett flips it complete. Oftentimes, offenses like Virginia Tech, recent weeks. This is Weber. He's got nothing going. Lost the ball. A scrum for it. Tigers have it, I believe, at the 40. Weber lost it, and it's a turnover. The last thing Ohio State needed. Wilkins.
Johnson there, but watch the left 34. I think he gets his hands on the ball to be able to fight it away, and actually Johnson also on his back.
It's their first turnover. Play action. Watson. A slant. Williams stays on his feet. Not catches tonight for Williams. Watson fakes the pitch, cuts it back. Watson down inside the 15. Didn't help back out there. Gallman. And the heavy traffic enough to move the sticks. It'll be first down at the 11. Williams dragging a man down to the 3.
That's an issue there about Watson.
Scott takes it on the end around. Artavis Scott sets up a first and goal.
Fine.
He still got it. Buckeyes were all over him. Quick penetration off the edge from. It's Gallman. And again, excellent defense off the edge. Jerome Baker. The Tigers lose another yard, and it'll be 3rd and. Watson rolling. Still got it. But he'll be sacked for the first time. McMillan's got him back at the 15. 3 consecutive tackles for loss by Ohio State. 31 to make it a 20-0 lead. And it drifted and missed. Wide left.
Looks like Ohio State may have jumped.
The defense got back before the snap. Field goal was no good. Timeout.
You see if he did get
Jones. Watch, there's Landers. Jones kind of goes with him. And they sit there. The ball's not snapped. Look at the reaction from Jones and frustration.
The snap was very late. They could have easily gotten an offside if they'd snapped it.
Not only that, but the football, and then Ohio State react to it. There's a no call, by the way. That's why they jumped.
That's an illegal snap. Should have been a penalty there. Buckeyes, 2 guys came across. The ruling by Land Clark was they got back before it was snapped. That's not going to find a way to get back in the game. Samuel cuts it back on the edge, knocked down at the 25.
So far unable to get out.
That time Samuel comes back. It's a lateral. He catches it behind the line of scrimmage and loses a yard. State just 2 for 9. He needs 6 here. pressure. They pick it up. Incomplete. Ball was the receiver out there, but Mark Fields, the corner in cover.
Changing it up.
Still just 3 first downs for this offense. Johnston takes off running and then just drills a deep punt. Wow, Scott has room though along the near sideline and slips as he tries to cut back at the
ball. In a hold too.
Holding. Kicking team number 35. That 10-yard penalty will be enforced at the end of the play. First down.
Good spot, Kirk. That's a penalty indeed.
Ohio State defense. See how long they can keep battling against Deshaun Watson.
The flag comes in motion. That's just window dressing. They flip it to him in the flat. Again, great blocks on the edge. The Tigers receivers have been strong. Block, they gain 20 yards inside Ohio State's 40. Watson fakes the run, flips it over the middle and just behind. You've mentioned McLeod on the pop pass into the boundary, really nowhere to run. Berger, pass protection. Buckeyes do bring the heat. Watson hit and sacked for the second time. Tyquan Lewis got him. Sack leader on this team. Have the feeling of being on the ropes here, but again, the defense does make a play to keep them in this game. Teasdale tries to knock it dead deep there, and Samuel steps up to the 11 to make a fair catch. Only Buckeyes and Barrett running all the way. It's about a 10-yard gain. That's really
Michigan State late in the year.
Hot pass now to Samuel. Nowhere to run. They string it out. They wanted to play with tempo tonight, but you can't play,
especially in on number 4 and those short passes in the run game.
It's not really downfield. That's only 11 yards.
No,
they're taking deep shots.
No, right.
Barrett from the pocket does take a deep shot and overshoots Corey Smith. JT sacked back inside the 10 by Cleveland Farrell, who has had a dominant evening off the.
No chance at all.
Johnston from his end zone. This time it's a shorter boot. High though, Scott interfered with. It's a muff, but the Buckeyes got too close to him that time. Terry McLaurin, the receiver.
Opportunity to catch the kick. Kicking team number 83. A 15-yard penalty. First down.
Watson due for a shot downfield.
Instead, they fake the pitch, and he takes off with a bevy of blockers, and Watson down inside the 25.
Yards for him on the ground.
At 17 that time. This is Gallman with the quick burst. Gallman down near the 10. Jeff Scott and Tony Elliott, a terrific job calling.
And out almost every time, taking a toll.
Gallman down to the 5, and Clemson again.
Watson.
Gallman tries to bounce it. They stretch it out well. It was Nick Bosa disrupting the play. Watson, another keeper. Cuts it back and scores for a second time. And the Tigers are getting closer to Tampa. (24-0). 17 minutes to play, but it just feels like a massive challenge for Ohio State as they try to get something going on the return. A.J. Alexander, they've had real. Barrett immediately looks to take a shot downfield, has Victor running free, goes up, flag comes in as it's broken up. They'll get an interference call on the underthrow. Edmond. JT pump fake, and now again looks downfield, this time for McLaurin, and it's going to be a second consecutive pass interference, that time on Mark Field. That's been their best thing tonight, is trying to draw PIs.
Again, you're getting a lot of.
A 15-yard penalty, first down.
Moves the ball to the 35, and now Weber bows straight ahead. Lost the ball again, it's out. That time Ohio State recovers it. And yard and a half needed on second down. Barrett looked in the flat, now fires downfield, over the head and intercepted. Tankersley's got it. Tight ropes the sidelines. Samuel was open. The quarterback missed him, and now a scuffle after the pick on the far side.
There are 2 dead ball fouls by each team, and they will offset. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, passing team number 74. Correction, unsportsmanlike conduct, intercepting team number 99. His first of the game. First down, Clemson.
just off the fingertips. Great reaction there by Tankersley.
Instead, Tigers run Gallman here. And Watson still got it, chased, and it's deflected, incomplete. It was different look from the Buckeye front on this 3rd and 9. And Watson flushed. Flag comes out. He's going to run for a first down.
Offense number 75. A 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So offensive line, Kirk, that has just conservative up 24. They just hand it off inside. Gallman gets ahead of steam and gives it a go and does move the sticks out of the 30. Are you kidding me? That's a determined runner.
Yeah. And
on the end around, Gallman running free, and now they're starting to gash that Ohio State run defense. The ball moved to midfield.
Talk about killing the will of a team. You pick up.
Sean still got it on the edge, chased down by McMillan. That's on just a 2-yard gain.
He had Hunter Renfro up there on the side.
Buckeyes sitting at 111 for this game. They go to the boundary, and McLeod muscled out of bounds by Conley after a short gain. Watson from the pocket delivers. It's a strike right at the marker to Fuller, who had the touchdown catch earlier tonight. Watson again fakes the throw and picks his way, hit hard by Bosa right at the line of scrimmage.
Really challenge your discipline.
Watson takes a shot downfield, and it's way overthrown. It was Kane, well covered that time by Denzel Ward because of the reasons you outlined. Watson this time though hit, knocked backwards, is able to throw it away to avoid the sack.
I mean, he got leveled by the blitzing Conley.
Under him at the next level. Buckeyes come after the punt right up the middle. Teasdall kicks a very high short kick, and a fair catch made at the 19. They thought they could get close, maybe block a punt. Samuel breaks free. Curtis Samuel in the clear. Johnson chasing him. Cuts it back and backpedals out of bounds. They waited all night to get number guys in the red zone, and immediately they misfire. Had 111 yards.
False start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
15. Another high throw from JT. And he went down hard.
Just try to get separation. It's kind of been the plan.
And stopped behind the line. Barrett that time by Christian Wilkins. So big play by Samuel sets up a 3rd and 17. Field goal doesn't do you any good here. You figure they have 2 plays to get it. They got to hurry. And they'll call a timeout with 1 second on the play clock.
2, obviously.
First problem is get the 17 yards. And Barrett's going to be knocked down, and now can you go for it from way back at the 35? Carlos Watkins, the senior leader of that group with the sack.
Hail Mary, what's that?
Barrett hit as he throws and just throws into the end zone where it's going to be intercepted. Van Smith's going to run it out. Smith has open space. Barrett trying to cut him off, but he cuts it back. Van Smith knocked down at the 15, and the Clemson defense makes one more emphatic play to perhaps close this out. Watch Barrett.
Personal foul. Illegal low block.
Barrett
Passing
kind of
team
tried
number
to
16. That penalty will be enforced half the distance.
tried to avoid the block of Bullware.
Clemson.
There's a penalty after the knocking on the door. Quarterback just rolls out, looks to flip it in the end zone. Nobody open, so he'll get knocked out. I think if you're Clemson, you might want to. No doubt. A bunch of guys on the left under center. Gallman takes the pitch and just walks in to cap a tremendous creative evening for this Clemson offense.
Gallman gets to the corner for a touchdown.
So Gallman gets to the end zone for the first time, and quietly now he's got an 85-yard rushing night after a very slow start.
Conference, and after Florida State winning last night over Michigan and Clemson winning tonight against Ohio State, the ACC is pounding their chest.
They're pounding opponents too. 8-3. And Deshaun Watson-Kirk. Barrett, who's been really struggling after halftime as a passer, delivers far side, and that's broken up again. Barrett steps up and flips it short to Weber, who's had a difficult evening, and knocked down. It'll set up another.
Formations and down and distance.
On 3rd and 5, Barrett has to pick his way and does spin. Well, they can't get Barrett free. He does spin and now just fires high, and the catch is made along the sidelines there by Cool. 2nd and 1. Across the middle again. That's made by Smith.
That was an area they thought they might.
Clemson in front at the moment. Barrett a lot of time, delivers across the middle, and it's dropped by Noah Brown. Another drop.
Down.
That might have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
Barrett trapped, desperately heaves it away to Weber, and the outlet receiver. So Barrett delivers. Samuel. And it's just off the net is a fitting way to end this Ohio State possession. Pagano and company
out in his playoff, and what a huge stop there by Pagano on 4th down.
5.
Very, very intense when you meet with him. He had a different kind of vibe to him for sure.
Nick Schuessler has replaced Watson. They hand it off straight ahead. Yeah, he's
a brand and a team that's not going away. They recruit at an incredibly high level.
Schuessler takes off, and the backup scampers out near midfield. They feel really comfortable about this guy. The family all the time. But whatever it is, the approach has worked very, very well.
Absolutely.
They're going to get back to the championship game for the 2nd consecutive
team than Alabama when you look at their offense and defense and special teams.
You drop it off short there. It's Schuessler to Garrett Williams. Tavian Feaster, the true freshman, breaks free. Everybody getting a chance to touch the ball. Preseason 1
title.
They'll be an underdog again. That's just the way they like it. In fact, Chris Palika informing us that the experts just
teams that they have beaten from the SEC and the Big Ten and all over the country. That's why they walk into most games and feel that they can compete with anybody. And if you're on Clemson on that.
And Nick Schuessler will punctuate what has been a tremendous performance by this Clemson team, offensively and defensively. Adam Choice now gets a carry, and the former starter.
The calls that he made.
Offense number 14, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
We got to blow the whistle. The center judge was over there. The play clock was ticking down. It's a quicker turnaround between the semifinal and the championship game. They got the long trip back home, and his teammates going to shut out an Urban Meyer coach team for the first time in history, as you said. Here it is again.
Against Prince maybe to be a factor, but it was the other side. Farrell.
Victory formation, and the Tigers beat down and blank the Buckeyes to book a ticket to Tampa. Tigers and Tide 2, the sequel coming up. Final play. And Weber tackled, and now fire those confetti cannons. It is over.